Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, we are working in December daily. I have been an absolute mess with trying to post what I thought I was going to post for foundation pages and my title page. Hopefully it is up by the time you are watching this. So this is my title page that I used from the packaging from the Ali Edwards kit, and I love it. And so usually we do a reason why page, but I just thought I would incorporate my day one story as like my December wish. So I'm going to use the back side of it, and I have my photo and I have the number 1, and I'm going to use the packaging again because I love it so much that I definitely want it to be utilized. And I just thought, well, since I used it here and it has a nice effect, let me also back it for the back side. We're going to make a pocket out of some red felt, just in the bottom half, and it's going to hold a tag inside. And then that way I'll be able to have like my Christmas wish on here. And it's just a story of us from this year. And I kind of want to figure out how I can use the Merry, or maybe even the Fa La La or jingle I have readily on my desk to use as well. So this is the day one story of my December wish. Let's get started. So this is just one of the creative ways I found to use the packaging from the Ali Edwards main kit. I hope this helps you inspire to just do at least the background paper with it, or maybe a pocket, or even like just a 3x8 kind of insert portion too. It really just makes like every element used of a kit, and so you're getting your money's worth completely by having extra paper. So I just love the graphics. So here I am using a photo that was taken earlier last month, maybe 2 months ago, but I kind of already had it printed in my collection, and I definitely wanted a recent family shot, so I just thought, why not use it instead of trying to pose for something on this first day. It worked out good. So like I said, my journaling, I actually have my husband's voice in here too, and I asked him to write 3 or 4 sentences on your Christmas wish for the month. And I just gave him that instruction. I was like, either for yourself or for Valentina or for us, if you want to do anything. And he definitely took some time to write it and texted it to me, and I retyped it and put it in here. So here I am just using some of that fabric, what is it called? Fabric tack glue to adhere the felt to the cardstock, and then I kept it out to add the felt number to the felt. I just knew that there was no way, Scotch ATG tape was going to hold this down. So I printed out both our journaling, and I'm using the washi tape. And it's the size of the tag, but just not as long as the one I had demoed. I just didn't want to use it didn't fit properly to have just certain words poke out. And I was just like, let me just make my own tag. So I used the washi tape as a stripe on the top. And then once I punched a hole, I wanted to add the ribbon. And then the ribbon pretty much covers up most of the washi tape anyway. But at least I used it once so far, because the washi tape was going to be a harder item for me to utilize in my album this year. But I love the way this page came out. Okay, let's move on to story number 2. So I am going to tell the story of my daughter's elf arriving. So remember, we're using the back side of story 1, which is just a photo. And so what I've done already, since she's already arrived, I kept the letter I made for her. So we are going to fold this up and create an envelope. So I am using this side just because I thought it went great, because believe it or not, our elf's name is Twinkle. So I thought this was perfect. And this matches like chef's kiss. So we are making an envelope over here to house said letter inside. And then on this side, took a little bit of planning. So I was trying to make it look like a magazine cover. And I don't have Photoshop. I don't have any of those things. This was me truly working on the app that I love called Moldiv, which is kind of like a pick, tap, go, but you can add text to it. So that's how I was able to get this. Now, since I knew I had to cut it down, I was trying to get all the text knowing I had to cut a border off of it. But this is poorly placed. It should have been down further, because once I cut it down to page size, so kind of like right here, yeah, that's like way too high. And so that was the look I was going for. So
it's okay, because what we're just going to do is cover it up with just some white cardstock, you know, kind of thing. Like, so if it's white and covered, and it'll, you know, kind of look like that, is my goal for my magazine cover of, of Twinkle coming to town. And then what I want to do is pair it though also. So the envelope will go in the middle, is the thought. Pair it with a 12 by 12 2 by 2, but this one will kind of remain blank until the month goes by, because I want to put all the little different situations that she's in these 2 by 2. So some of them will be flips, so I can prep some of that with like maybe the pattern paper I plan to use. So this side will kind of be a little bit blank per se, but my story number, so 1, this is 2, 3 is all about Santa Claus, and I am going to use the back side already for that. So we will do that next, but let's work on story number 2.
Okay, so the idea for making this into like a magazine cover, I forgot where I saw it once upon a time, but I kind of got it dawned on me to like make the same thing occur once I saw that twinkle was one of the words for the acetate words in the collection, and I was just like, oh my God, like a big already like twinkle, you know, word for it. It's going to be like, you know, instead of Vogue, you have twinkle. And so I definitely love the way this one turned out. Isn't it always funny when you're so proud of like your creativeness, even though it's not that hard? And like I was saying earlier, is that I don't have Photoshop. I didn't put it in Word. It was truly just using that Moldiv app once again. And so my text isn't perfect, hence why I was covering up that one spot. But the rest of it was also just kind of winged on there and giving it, you know, the different colors. So you don't have to be a whiz at using Photoshop or any of those other programs. If you're just familiar with an app, this can be achieved. And like I said, I'm printing it off to Walgreens right now because I don't want to send it to Amazon Photo and wait. I don't want to send it to Persnickety and wait. So I'll send it to Walgreens and pick it up on the way home from school from picking up Vale. So that's what we're doing. And so I'm making this envelope. And so it took me a while to kind of figure out the construction of it. You can see me kind of going back and forth. But I just wanted to make it interesting in the front, like not just have like a normal pocket or use my circle punch to have the divot where you could pull out what's inside. So making it on a diagonal. So I just followed the stripes on the diagonal. It actually worked out serendipity right there. Serendipitous perfectly. And so once I punched the holes, it was a perfect little slot for the letter to go through. And the letter, once again, is, what, did it do it in Moldiv too? No, I think I did that one just like in Word. I just got I got a border from Google. I think I put like peppermint border, copied it, put it in Word, and then did a text box on top of that. And that's how I was able to type out a very personalized letter to Valentina with highlights of the year, like with her going to Chicago and learning to swim this year. So that was all the stuff that was Twinkle was like, you know, congrats on, and you're growing up so much. And so here I am just adding some journaling, but I am cutting the top off a 3x8 insert and then adding my journaling right on top. And so I'll cover up that little punched hole though with some star stickers. Not the end of the world for me, and that will be on the back of the envelope, which is just kind of like my loving this tradition that we're starting in our family with an elf assigned to our home, and that I hope it's here for years and years to come.
So that will wrap up stories 1 and 2. Love the way this turned out. Simple, nice, clean. Love using the packaging so much and getting to use one of these acetate words, but then I used 2 acetate words on the first 2, making my magazine for Twinkle. Love it, love it. So I kept the letter. You saw me make the tag, and I added all that journaling. You saw that happen. And since I'm doing this outro a few days later, I was able to put... And then I was able to already put some 2x2s in here of where she's been so far in our home, and the stocking hanging from the chandelier, on her tree in her room. And so as the month goes on, I will be able to keep all 24 days as flips on this 2x2. And then I have started working on further pages. Thank you so much for being here. Please subscribe, hit that bell notification so you know when I upload. I feel like two stories per video is going to be a good way for me to catch up, and then I can be current. So that is the goal. Thank you so much for being here. Till next time. Bye.